Hey guys, now this is a video I've wanted to do for a while, and it's my SpongeBob collection video. As you can tell from that intro, I have a lot of SpongeBob memorabilia, because SpongeBob is more than just a television show to me. It's part of me now. I've got paintings, I've got Lego sets, I've got stuffed animals, and of course I have the series itself. And that's what I'm going to be talking about today. All the seasons I own, my favorite episodes, my favorite seasons, and of course some of my favorite SpongeBob moments. So let's start this video off the way any other SpongeBob episode would start off. Are you ready, kids? And come on, follow me. Oh crap, now I'm out of frame. There you go. Emmett, I'm Patrick, get the hell out of my way. We're talking about SpongeBob. All 8 seasons, and the movie. Now let's go back to where it all began. Season 1. Season 1 has to be one of my favorite seasons because it really started everything off. It got me introduced to the character, and of course it has some of the most recognizable and iconic episodes that SpongeBob ever had. Episodes such as Pickles, Hall Monitor, Suds, Fun, Hooky, Rock Bottom, and even Pizza Delivery shape this season and are some of the most iconic episodes in the entire series. This season is mainly the most nostalgic of them all. I look back because it has that classic animation, that like faintly drawn line where not everything's as crystal clear. I look back at this season and just feel all the emotions that I did back when it first came out. Next up is probably one of my favorite seasons in the entire show, SpongeBob SquarePants Season 2. As I was saying with Season 1 how it has some of the most iconic episodes in the entire series, I think Season 2 and why it stands out to me is because each disc out of the 3 discs, it's so well rounded where you don't even have to skip an episode because all of them will make you laugh no matter what. Another thing I really like about Season 2, although it has nothing to do with the episodes, is actually when you open it up, all this cover work inside. Season 1 was just pulling out the discs, but look at this cover work. Absolutely beautiful. All around, all the episodes kind of mashing together. This season has some of the best episodes of the entire series. Episodes including The Graveyard Shift, Survival of the Idiots, Who You Calling Pinhead? And it also has one of my personal favorites, Shanghai. Fun fact and trivia about Shanghai, in the episode there's a quick cutaway to a Dutch girl with like ponytails and everything, and because in some countries it was so graphic and so just out of nowhere, it scared little viewers, it was actually cut from some countries. There's a fun fact for you. But yeah, Season 1 built the momentum, Season 2 definitely carried on the momentum, and Season 3, well, Season 3, it kept the ball rolling. I already mentioned it, so let's just cut right to the chase. Season 2 and Season 3 are my favorite seasons of SpongeBob. As I said, Season 2 is so iconic and so well-rounded, but I think Season 3 can be just a little bit more iconic and a little bit more well-rounded. The awesome artwork continues with another Plankton cameo, and it continues on the inside as we have all the episodes, all iconic moments from the episodes shown around. Although from the 2 previous seasons, I've only mentioned some iconic episodes throughout the season, for Season 3, to show how well-rounded it is, I'm just going to take Disc 1 for example. Some of the episodes include The Algae's Always Greener, Sponge Guard on Duty, Club SpongeBob, My Pretty Seahorse, Just One Bite, Williams Returns, Can You Spare a Dime, Snowball Effect. Some of the funniest episodes and some of the most iconic episodes of the series are just on Disc 1 alone, and it carries on through Discs 2 and 3. Now, if I went this video without talking about one of my favorite SpongeBob episodes of all time that so happens to be in Season 3, I wouldn't consider this a just video. And that so happens to be on Disc 3 of Season 3. It's called the Camping episode. Look, it's a wild sea bear! The reason the Camping episode is one of my favorite episodes is because I think it just incorporates all the things that make SpongeBob so well in a single 12-minute episode. It has SpongeBob, Patrick, and Squidward, the 3 characters that really molded this entire series, all together in this one weird scenario. This episode has funny laughs and it has incredible imagination to think of this weird scenario where sea bears and all these mythical creatures attack while they're camping. The thing I love about this episode is that it takes something so simple as camping, turns it into something so stupid as camping with SpongeBob and Patrick, and turns it into something even funnier. Throughout the first few seasons of SpongeBob, that's what I grew to love. The simplicity, the stupidity, and of course, the laughs. Next up, Season 4. Season 4 Volume 1 for me, although it doesn't carry all the momentum from Season 3 over, it does carry quite a bit of it. Great episodes in this volume alone include Krusty Towers, Skill Crane, and so much more. Box art, and of course, a Plankton cameo on the box art are superb once again. Season 4 Volume 2 is a lot like Season 4 Volume 1. Although it does have great episodes in it, I don't find, me personally at least, that they're as consistent or the episodes are as good as the ones in Season 3. Once again, highlights from this season, although the box art is beautiful, Plankton cameo. Highlight for me episode-wise in Volume 2 is the episode The Best Day Ever. It has probably the best musical number in the entire SpongeBob series. The music from Best Day Ever is really good, and although SpongeBob's singing shouldn't be as effective, it really is. Well, here's the first half of SpongeBob's Legacy. Let's take a look at the second half. Next up, of course, Season 5. Looking back at Season 5, Volume 1, I realized how many actually good episodes are in this. It's really a return to form after a somewhat slower Season 4. One of the standout episodes, especially in this volume, Volume 2 has another standout episode, but for me, it's Rise and Shine. It's an episode demonstrating what, again, made SpongeBob so wonderful. How simple, funny, and stupid it can be. Rise and Shine really just shows the morning routine of one of my favorite characters, probably my favorite character, Patrick. For me, other standout episodes include Crabs a la Mode and Nightlight. Volume 2, although I don't think it's as strong as Volume 1, it definitely keeps the momentum going, and it turns Season 5 into kind of a comeback-esque season for SpongeBob to me. As I mentioned once, and I will say over and over again, Season 2 and 3 I think are the highlights of this series. But Season 5, although Season 4 had some good stuff, Season 5, especially Volume 1, really brings you back into the SpongeBob thing, that simplicity and the wittiness. Let's take a look at Season 6. For me, Season 5 and Season 6 kind of remind me of Season 2 and Season 3. It was two back-to-back pretty good seasons with very consistent episodes. The thing I love about Volume 1, it has some great laughs. Episodes include House Fancy, The Splinter, Slide Whistle Stooges. I mean, after watching that episode, I wanted nothing more than to just play with the slide whistle. Season 6, Volume 2, again, keeps that momentum going. Now for me, one of the main reasons I love Season 6 is because it has one of my favorite episodes of all time. And I know what you may be saying. Oh, you have a favorite episode that's not in Season 2 or Season 3? I know, but hear me out. I'm sorry, but you can't tell me that episode Sandcastles in the Sun doesn't harken back to the old-fashioned SpongeBob and everything that made it great. Imagine a big summer blockbuster with lots of explosions and lots of laughs with SpongeBob humor? Yeah, that's Sandcastles in the Sun. Next comes, in my opinion, one of the most disappointing seasons. Season 7. Now that's not to say that I don't like Season 7. Season 7 has some really good laughs. I mean, it has I Heart Dancing and Earworm. But Disc 3 is really what takes away from this season, because they try something called the Legends of Bikini Bottom, which are just these convoluted stories that take away from the simplicity of the show. Some people say that one thing cannot make or break a show, but for me, Disc 3 is the reason I don't necessarily want to go back to Season 7 and rewatch it. I'd rather go to Season 6, Season 5, 2, 3, 4, or 1. All those other ones are more consistent and don't have one disc that really just stands out as kind of to me. Now to round off the seasons that I own, of course, until Season 9 comes out, comes Season 8. The thing I noticed about Season 8 is it has standout episodes, of course, Drive-Thru, A Friendly Game, A SquarePants Family Vacation, but the season as a whole is a lot more average in comparison to those really standout episodes. Although Season 8 may be pretty average, and it's definitely not my favorite season, it does have some good laughs and it has some awesome animation. Last, but certainly not least, the SpongeBob SquarePants movie. Although I did see Sponge Out of Water, I don't own it, so I'm only going to be talking about this one. I remember watching this movie in the theaters when I was a kid, because I was a huge fan back then. I wanted to go opening day. Heck, I still am a huge fan, so I went opening day to Sponge Out of Water. But this movie is just so good. It harkens back to old-fashioned SpongeBob, has so many great laughs, and so many iconic moments in this film. David Hasselhoff, Dennis, so many great moments. My only slight problem with this movie, which I think they fixed in Sponge Out of Water, is that for a majority of the movie, it's just SpongeBob and Patrick. You don't get to see the rest of the crew. Although they have great chemistry, and it really builds the movie, and it gives those emotional impacts, I would like to have seen more of the crew, but I definitely got that as Sponge Out of Water. But regardless, I still really enjoy this movie, and it's definitely a highlight in SpongeBob's history. So yeah, that's SpongeBob. In short, this is a video I've wanted to make for a while now, and I'm so glad I finally did, because SpongeBob is more than just a series to me. I grew up with it. Ever since a young age, I held on to it, and I'm still holding on, even to this date. That's why I'm so excited for Season 9 to come out, because I think it's been about 2 years since Season 8 came out, and I'm just craving some more SpongeBob. And as soon as I watch it, as soon as it comes out, and I devote one full day to it, I'm going to come back, and I'm going to let you know what I think. Not to worry. So here comes that point of the video where I want to know what you guys think. Is SpongeBob more than just a show to you? Do you follow along with all the seasons? What's your favorite season? What are your favorite episodes? Who's your favorite character? I want to know all these things. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And until next time, I'm Marco Polo 2417. Ciao for now.